Hi, I'm Leah Kearns and welcome and thanks for joining me. I love to share with you today a little bit more about some of the things that we're building through creating momentum. So one of the key things that we're looking at is building a baseline for a 10K a month business. And so one of the huge bits that is coming in around this is looking at what you need to be able to build that baseline for your business to sit on as firm foundations and for you to be able to leverage from that. So in creating this baseline, it really is about building out with having something that's structured, repeatable, but then in that, it's creating the opportunity for freedom. So by having this structure in place and by having something that I see as having this baseline of content and this baseline underlying conversation and this tone being set, it really then speaks to the pieces around showing up and sharing and closing. And so showing up really is about having that self, the brand and the services be front of mind when people want to purchase and buy what it is that you're selling in your business. And for you then to be there at the right time in the right space, for people to have that moment of, oh my gosh, this is so in sync, or such synchronicity, or, the universe has put me in the position to see you just at the right timing when I need you. To be in that place for people and to be able to create that connection in that moment, content needs to be there in some way, shape, or form. And that doesn't mean it's about getting online and creating something and being so busy in the creation of creating all the content that you can't actually then have the time to do the work and be with the clients that you need to be. Or it doesn't also mean that it's this struggle between knowing what to say all the time and creating new work and doing this in this way that it's sort of building greater and greater resistance to being able to create something that really matters to you. What I mean about being able to show up in that way and inconsistency is consistency through the brand voice, consistency through the visuals, consistency through the storylines that you're talking about, consistency in the ways that you're presenting your story in, not just a story about you as perhaps a founder or a methodologist or a method maker. It's about the way that you have come to be in the experience of what you're created. Obviously, somewhere in there, there's been the journey that was your own and was your journey. And that journey has inspired you to create and come up with these new ways of being, these new ways of presenting materials, these new ways of really finding what's possible and the possibilities and all the different trails that have come from that for you. So in that, really, it's having that exploration process of being able to look at that from the self lens and the brand lens, as well as the service lens, and then using that service lens to really capture the essence of what it is that you'd like to have people have the experience of. And if that is helping them to get from a state A to state B going via state C, then that's one way. But the other way is really just touching quite heavily on that experience that they're actually going to have with you, because it's not just about getting the material and the knowledge across. And if they wanted to have it in that way, it might be in a better form, like a printed media or like book or online Kindle kind of audio book or something. But it's really when they have that next step with you, about having that connected access with you, that they really can embrace what's really possible by being in that energetic state with you and being in close proximity, perhaps with others who are also in that energetic state with you. And the effect that comes of that then, when people come together in that way, that's truly where the blessing and the miracle and the power and the opportunity to create comes from. So then taking that from that place of inspiration, after depositing your energy into that space with others and into the work in this way, and getting behind yourself, getting behind the energy of your brand, getting behind the energy of your business, getting behind the energy of your services, and really coming to this place then of moving that into shareable forms that are easily digestible by people as bite-sized pieces that they can actually use as education, use to take action and inspired steps in their life or in their business or in their health or in their well-being or their lifestyle to really help to inspire them to create what it is that they're actually keeps whispering in their ear and keeps pulling them forward in their desire to create the life and the experiences that they're looking to create. So those bite-sized chunks in sharing about education and awareness and inspiration, these little pieces then can trickle out as your baseline. It allows you, it allows your brand, it allows your services to stand strongly and be represented on a stage and on a platform for people to then interact with and to get to know you a little bit better, and for them to you to give them an opportunity to actually be in connection and be in relationship with what it is that you're doing. The last piece then is really this closing out piece. So as part of that process, the sales process kind of comes in two ways here. It's really about coming into that point of being in conversation with people and really helping them to get to where they need to go, and sort of being that that host or that guide along the path of their journey of whether, you know, they're trying to find an answer for something, they're trying to find a solution, they're trying to find a way through something. They're in a process of transition and transformation, generally, their time of change for them. And so in that period, it can be quite uncertain. So coming to this point where you're being a facilitator in that conversation, and you're kind of trying to, it's a bit like I picture the path in the labyrinth, if you've ever seen that with David Bowie, and they basically get to like, which way do you go? Do you go this way or that way? A little bit like there was Tweedledee and Tweedledum cartoon as well, where it's kind of like this way, no this way, no this way, right? And it's kind of like when people are in those stages, that's where they can clearly start to go into overwhelm, or once they hit overwhelm, then they go into isolation. And then once they hit isolation, they can go into being in comparison and trying to, like, they go around in that cycle until there's a way for them that they can see as a clear guide way and a way forward that might be a marker as an opportunity and possibility that they might be able to take, that they can see themselves through the reflection of your story, your example, your inspiration, your awareness that you're bringing, just at the right moment for them, in the right timing for them to be able to have that aha moment and really sort of connect with what's then possible for them. And so that requires this opportunity for conversation, an opportunity to ask questions, an opportunity to sort of connect with and gain feedback from you as the provider of the service and of the brand, and have the brand represent that through the imagery, or being able to speak to it through quote cards, or asking questions, like straight out questions. And then the last piece of that really is the follow-up. So people are in that stage, in that transition period of looking for an answer. They're at various points in their desire to wanting to make that change or make that transition, or really come to resolving those problems or challenges for themselves. And so meeting them in those various stages and just sort of, you know, being in the background and say, I'm here when you're ready, I'm here when you need me. If their answer is it's not right now for the timing that they're in, if the answer that is it's beyond their budget, it's fine. You know, that's not a never. And in fact, it's more positive then to know that the next phase round, when you're talking about the particular thing that they're interested in, or perhaps if you go to market with something that's slightly less expensive, if price was a challenge for them at the moment, then that's a time where you can choose to take that opportunity and reconnect with people in that way, and actually then close out the opportunity one way or the other. If it's a no, it's a not right now, and it's not this timing, it's not the right price for me, it's not within budget, then revisit it when it's sometime in the near future when it is that again. So when you're activating that material again, when you're activating that product, that service, that point in time where it's an opportunity for them to buy and engage, and for you to help them to find some completion in the problem, the challenge that they're experiencing, then this is really the right time then to revisit that. It's the right time to reapproach that with them, and to come to them with the opportunity of join me, come, begin again in this work and make that shift and make that change. And let's move you through to that next place where you can have that experience of what you're desiring for yourself. You can have that lifestyle. You can create the business in the way that you want it to be. You can find some completion in this particular project or this area that you feel like was important to your life, your business, your health, your wealth, your lifestyle, your well-being. So really coming and revisiting them, really coming with that purpose of being there when people need you and making yourself available in a way then that is organic and in a way then that can overlay on top of the baseline that you have that's consistent in terms of timing, branding, look and feel, the storylines that you're offering. And then this is the organic part that sits over that. So having that baseline to build that 10K month really is about having these layers of opportunity through presence, through timing, through persistence in terms of being willing to stand in the background and being willing to ask and check in with people again and again, and offering assistance and offering direction and guidance as help like that in small, easy, digestible ways for them. So that's my little share today around momentum. I really hope that this is speaking to you and this is helping you in some way or shape or form. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and I will come back to you in my next live video. And also, if you are interested in joining the next round of momentum, please check out the details and get in touch with me. That will be posted in the comments also below. I look forward to connecting with you again soon. And I'm Leah Kearns. And until then, trust in you.